Everybody, Diana here. It's no, it's not Friday afternoon. What am I thinking? It's Wednesday afternoon. I don't know, what time is it? It's about 20 to 4. I have no idea what the day or the time is. It's been a crazy day. We started out with thunderstorms and tornado warnings and been crazy. But I have a couple of things I need to share with y'all. Some of you have already noticed that the page has changed a little bit. So as you all know, I always come to you and say, hi, this is Diana from Heartfelt Creative. But the group, Sew in Common, is really the vibe of what I want to get across, right? And that's where we share things. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. You can see this. I'm in my embroidery section. Sorry, I'm changing subjects. I'm in my embroidery area. It's kind of a bit of a crazy place at the moment. But I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I just have never liked having the two names. And I really love the group name, Sew in Common, because we have so much in common, not just fabric and thread. I think that's what binds us together, but we have so much more in common as stitchers and just as people and people with families and all of that. So as of today, as of right now, this very minute, the Facebook page is now Sew in Common, and this Facebook group is now Sew in Common, the group. And YouTube is now also Sew in Common. And so is my website, kind of. There's a little twist there. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all for a second, and I'm going to show you all the things that have changed. Here we go. So here we are. This is the Facebook page, Sew in Common. Okay, that's like the page you've always seen. You can see I've added stuff and changed stuff, and there are announcements and all that good stuff. Okay, and then if you go right here to where it says more, that little drop down, and it says groups. There is, so if you're in the mystery quilt along, there's your group. But here is the Sew in Common group page, and now it's called Sew in Common, the group. So there's no confusion over which one belongs to which one. They're both the same. I just put the group on this one because I wanted you to know that this is the group page where you could go in and post all your lovely things. Let's see what's been posted. Oh, look, our friend Barbara posted these two beautiful, lovely pieces today. Aren't those colors gorgeous? That navy is beautiful. And let's see. Oh, see, our friend Barbara is on a bit of a UFO journey. I've been doing my own little UFO journey too, trying to get some of those projects done because we've had so many from this past year. But look at that beautiful quilt. Isn't that gorgeous what she did with that? I think she put that all together on her own. I mean, I know where her applique came from because that's from the Collage Forms group, but the quilt and everything, I think she put that all together by her lonesome, and it is gorgeous. And her colors go so well together. She's got a great lights and darks, beautiful piece, Barbara, really beautiful. What else? That's a little piece that I posted. So there's some more stuff Barbara's been doing recently. And then, oh, so did you all see, can I just bring up, this was last week's funny, and I will just share it with you all. And I wrote on here, as a farm girl from birth, because my grandparents were farmers, cattle farmers and dairy farmers. And I grew up in a farming neighborhood. So as a farm girl from birth, this made my sides hurt with laughter. It really did. So if you look at our little cartoon here, it says grain, heavens no, that's my wife's fabric. That still cracks me up. So if you lived where Dave and I live now, you'd see the silos and the barns. They're everywhere and all the crops are up. It's quite beautiful. And so now every time I go past them, I think about them in my mind, filled to the brim with stacks of fabric. So I loved that one. I hope you all enjoyed it. and some more announcements and just lots of goodies there. Okay, so, and then here is the UB2B group, the UB2B page, my YouTube channel. It's also now Sew in Common. And so you can see, like, these are the latest ones. I still have this week's quilting library. I made an announcement on the Facebook page that this week's quilting library would be a little late. And now I actually got the Sew in Common Sunday out while it was still Sunday. I did do that. There will not be a Good Gadgets this week. And I said from the beginning, there wouldn't necessarily be one every week. So there won't be one this week, but I'm pretty sure I've got one lined up that I want to do for next week. And then I'm still going to get the quilting library out because it's one of our 4. Do you see this right here where it says the quilting library August block review? One of those squares. So last week I did this one right here, and one of these 3 will be coming out still this week because you get one each week. And just in case, if you want to see the rest of the videos, just click on videos. And here are all the videos. Now, when you get all the way down to the bottom, you can see some of my older ones when I was still had to wear my wig. This one had to do with putting together baskets for Christmas for workers with not a lot of money. And if you're a crocheter, a lot of folks don't know that crochet, I used to design crochet and knitting all the time. I had a few things published. But these 2 videos down here these are literally, guys, the very first 2 videos I ever did in my life from 9 years ago. It says, holy smokes. Dave filmed them. We sat in his room. I had everything on my lap on top of a towel, so there would be some color change. How funny was that? I don't know that my videos are a lot better anymore, but yeah, that was 9 years ago. And this is the one that seems to have taken over the world. Look at that. Look at 216,000 views on that little one on the Hana Ami flower loom, which is a great little gadget to make flowers with ribbon or yarn, all of that kind of stuff. So my one foray into showing some tips and tricks on English paper piecing, and y'all know I don't do that. No. And then after you get past these, then you get into, well, used to be Patches and Pieces, is now we know our quilting library and all the good gadgets and the Sew in Commons and a few others. You know, there's been some other videos that I do now and again, like I did a video on how to make your own design boards. So that's videos. And if you look, I told you I put the 3 main series into playlists. So they're here. The Mystery Quilt Along has their own, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know why it only lets you put, I thought your videos just kept going, but it seems like each week it knocks one off. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe I have it reading in a funky way. I don't know. Anyway, and then here is my website. Oh, can I just tell you, I like it so much better. Let me say this. My old logo that I had, which was the Heartfelt Creative with the little quilt on it, I love that. I still want to find a way to use that little quilt part. A really lovely designer worked with me on that. I hired Adrienne from Zippy Doodle Designs to make that for me. She did such a beautiful job, and I still want to use that somehow. But this new logo, this new piece with the little thing, that's all me. I've gotten better in my artistic abilities, I hope, a little bit. I still want it simple, but I just love it. It's brighter. Here's the new blog section. There's going to be a blog post coming out pretty soon. Remember, if you're signed up down here, right here, if you subscribe right here, whenever something comes out, you guys get it first, and you'll get an email with the new blog post in it first. So please, if you haven't already, please sign up. You just have to put, I don't use your email. I don't send it to anyone else. Nothing like that, okay? If you have a question for me, if you can always get a hold of me at Facebook, you know that. You can always send us a message here as well. Now you're seeing here, this says heartfeltcreativeinfo@gmail.com. And if you look up here, it says heartfeltcreativewithdiana.com. Even though all of the visual has changed now to So in Common, the website address, heartfeltcreativewithdiana.com, needs to stay that way until the end of this year, because that's a domain name change. And what I'm going to actually have to do is purchase a whole new domain name. And for right now, I don't have the time or the money to do that, to be honest. So I need to budget that in. And since I've already paid for this domain name for a full year, might be going to be longer, but a full year anyway, it will remain heartfeltcreativewithdiana.com. So if you're looking for the web page, the website, heartfeltcreativewithdiana.com, but it will look like this now. And I just love it so much better. So again, new changes here for, whoops, my computer's going crazy. Sometimes it just starts scrolling on its own. So here's So in Common, the group. Here is So in Common, the page. Right. And then here is YouTube. So I'm very excited to have all this finally changed. It's been on my to-do list for several months now, and it's been laying on my mind. So I'm really glad that it is done. So I hope you go check it out. Tell me what you think. I would love to get your feedback on that. I wanted to keep it bright. I wanted to use the colors that I love, that I wanted to be in there. The green I had on Heartfelt Creative before was the exact color I asked for. But when it showed up online, it wasn't the color it looked like on my palette. So after I wasn't thrilled with it in the end in the color, but that wasn't the artist's fault by any means. That was my fault because she used the exact color I gave her. It was just that when it showed up online, it didn't show up to be what I thought it was going to be. I don't know how all that works, but I finally have it in the colors that I want. So there's one more thing I want to share with you all because the deadline is coming up. Sunday evening is the last night to sign up to take part in my upcoming workshop on the 17th, Wing Your Way Home. And I have a surprise. So sometimes mistakes bring good things, because I was working on another sample of the Wing Your Way Home table topper the other day. And I don't know what I did, guys. My brain completely turned everything backwards. I was being really careful. I had my pattern. I was making sure I always lay my piece out completely before I start sewing it together, because that way, then if I put something down wrong, I can change pieces when I go back to it to pick stuff up. It's all where it needs to be. But from the sewing machine back to the pressing table, it got completely messed up. So this row here got completely messed up. And so in the end, the piece I was doing did not look like this. It was kind of crazy, cattywampus wonky. So when you come to this workshop, I was able to take that mistake and turn it into a whole new pattern for you. So it's another table topper, but whereas this one is square, the other free pattern that you're going to get in the workshop is now more of a rectangular, what you might think of as a more traditional table runner. Instead of a topper, which we'll call the square one, it's going to be a runner, something longer that you could put on a dresser or a longer table or a coffee table, anything like that. And so you're going to get a whole second free pattern. So sometimes mistakes bring good things. That's the only thing I could think of. Actually, I'm finishing that up today as well. So You have until Sunday night to register for the class, the workshop, which is on Tuesday. So it's coming up. Things have been posted here and all, but I wanted to get back with you because there's still a couple more seats available. I try to keep these classes relatively compact. I mean, on Zoom, I could do them as big as I wanted. But if I did, I don't get to see everybody. I don't get to interact with everybody. So I keep them relatively small, but there's still a few spaces left. And you can register and sign up at the website. So let's go back, and here we are again. Let's go here at the website, heartfeltcreativewithdiana.com. You just come down here, boom, there you go. There's the workshop, Wing Your Way Home Tabletopper Workshop. Just click on that and it will take you right there. You'll add it to your cart and you can finish your registration. And the reason I've asked for you all to, for the deadline to be Sunday night is because then on Monday, I need to get to all the information packet and the pattern. And you need it, well, I mean, you know, you need it on Monday. You don't need it on Tuesday morning. That's kind of ridiculous. But let me tell you right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will end up needing 5 fabrics. Choose 5 coordinating, 5 coordinating fat quarters, and you will have more than plenty. And you will need a backing fabric. But those 5 fat quarters will get you everything for the front and probably your binding, I'm thinking too. And then you'll need a backing fabric, okay? So head over to the website. You don't want to miss this. It's a fun little class. This is a great beginner class. If you're like, oh my gosh, I just don't quilt, I can't quilt, I have no idea how you do that stuff. This is a super simple one because all we're doing really are half square triangles. And if you've never done a half square triangle, it is the, other than the just plain square, the half square triangle is the basis for almost all patchwork quilting. It's like the first thing you learn how to do. You cut a square in half on the diagonal, and then you put one from this block and one from this block together and sew them together, and there you're done. It's actually simpler than that because there's a whole trick, and we'll be making them 2 at a time. Those of you that have done it before, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're new to patchwork quilting, this is a super simple pattern. It's a great beginner pattern. So come join us and have fun and make something lovely for your home. And you can choose, you know, I had these fabrics, so I use them and I love them. You can, this would be great if you're starting to get in the mood of Christmas or Hanukkah or Thanksgiving or just fall kinds of themes. Think about using fabrics from more of a holiday selection. If you wanted to make it really fun, you could choose some little bitty Halloween prints. It would be great. You guys will love it. And you're really gonna like the bonus pattern because it's one of those, the way you put it together makes like a secondary design. And you know I love those. So come join us. Go ahead and sign up for the workshop. If you have any questions, get a hold of me. And everything will go out on Monday. The workshop is at 1 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday the 17th. That's 7 p.m. in the UK. That's 2 p.m. on the East Coast. That's 11 a.m. out on the West Coast in the US. And the video of the workshop will be available for you to watch for 48 hours after. So it's on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In fact, I probably won't take the video down until sometime on Friday. So if you can't join us for the live event, the video will be there for 48 hours, probably plus a little bit into Friday of next week, so that you have plenty of time to watch it. Plus, you're getting a fully curated and written pattern. So even if you didn't have the video, you would have a full pattern that you can use to make this and the bonus. All righty, guys. So thanks for joining me. I will see you on Tuesday. I still have a library, a quilting library video to get out for you this week. But Sew in Common is out, and I'm back to doing those lovely socialite squares from the Fat Quarter Shop's sew along. So go take a look at that, and let us know if you're doing any of those. I know of one person that went and picked her own square. She picked about 25. She's doing the 6-inch size. I'm doing the 9-inch. She's doing the 6-inch, and she's way ahead of me. She's like way down the road, and I'm still back here puddling along and stuff. Or if you just want some funny videos to watch, go watch the 2 Sew in Commons from the 2 weeks before, where Dave and I went and did live remotes from IKEA. It was so fun, guys. It was just one of those last minute things, but it was so fun. All right, everybody. Go sew life beautiful. See you soon. Bye now.